Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Apex Traveler. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be up to date on when I drop new videos. Let's jump right into it. I wanna speak on what brothers and sisters need to know before traveling to Africa. You have to realize that many countries in Africa, they never heard about the slave trade. Okay, many of us over here in the West, a lot of us take pride in our history. You know, we study historical figures, we love the historical history, how Africa was, the culture, the spirituality or whatnot. But when you go there, you're going to realize that a lot of them never heard about the slave trade. Or if they schools did mention it, it just mentioned a speck of it and they don't really know the in-depthness of it unless it's like Ghana, Ivory Coast, Gambia, like places where it really hit hard at, you'll have the knowledge there. But for like a lot of the other countries, they never heard of it. So I realized that over here in the West, a lot of us that's moving to Africa or visiting Africa, we have to realize that we play a major part in preserving a lot of historical history. Those of us over here who study what we call knowledge of self, because when you get to naming certain historical figures, they never heard of this, never heard of that. And you be like, when you go over there, you're going, like I said, we fantasize Africa. So when you go over there, you're going to think they thinking like us. But then you're going to see what the Europeans have done. You're going to see the damage of what the Europeans done, like economically, politically, the damage they left behind when a lot of countries, when they gained their independence. So you're going to see, a lot of them might say there's no jobs here, like a lot of them don't view the Europeans the way we, like in America, it's a black and white nation. We haven't forgot what the Europeans did to us. But when you go over there, you might not all, but some of them, they might not view the Europeans the way we do. But Africa's slowly waking up. The political leaders, they starting to wake up and realize that, because a lot of them befriended the Europeans after they gained their independence. But then they realize, they're trying to recolonize us. Yeah, so going to Africa, you have to go through a culture shock, because you're going to think Africa one way, but then when you get there, when you get to talking, you be like, oh snap, the white man really did this damage over here too. You feel me? Like, he don't went across the world, but the culture's still there. The culture is still there rooted, but you can just see it's like over here in the West, like us blacks, we don't fought to get to where we at, but when you go over there, it's like, you're gonna see the reality, because like America got three classes. We got the lower class, middle class, and upper class. But over there, you might see the fourth class, and that's like the lowest of the low. So economically, you're gonna see that in many parts there's no opportunity. It's opportunity. You can see an opportunity coming from the West, or those who tighten themselves about the bootstraps and make it happen. But also the lack of, and so when people talk about moving to Africa, don't go looking for a job. You got to go to create a job for others, for yourself and others, to make income. So don't go over there thinking, and like you're just gonna blow up overnight. You can create a businesses, but you're not gonna probably make the same kind of income that you might make here at your business. You feel me? But it will magnify over time. You see what I mean? So what else I want to speak on? Yeah, another thing, coming from America. Okay, true indeed, we understand that we African, that we are descendants from African. We've been over here like 400 or 500 years now. But when you go to Africa, you're going to be looked upon as a black American. They're not going to call you an African. You're going to be called a black American. So automatically, that black American title, you'll be looked upon like you got money. They think we over here rich, but I tell them we're not rich. I explain to them the only difference between Africa and America is credit, and you're able to finance things. Take the credit away, and take the being able to finance something away. America would be in a rough situation to where, women would really need a man. Like, it won't be no, I don't need a man. Women would actually need a man. You feel me? So, but then I realized when you go outside of America, credit doesn't matter. Did you know that? Equifax, TransUnion, none of that matters outside of American borders. I used to wonder, like, okay, if I get my credit score right, will okay, will it matter if I go to Europe, Africa? Will it matter if I go to Europe? Will it matter? It don't matter. Only in America is where the credit it matters. But when you go outside of America, it don't. And the good thing about it, like outside of America, they're not checking your background. They're not checking no credit. As long as you got the money, you end up. So all this stress, worried about your credit score going up and down, and or you didn't make your credit card payment on time, you living in stress. America built to give you a lot of stress. But when you go outside of America, it's not like that. It's on cash rules. Yeah, also, I don't know how the last time I went September last year, so I had to take a PCR test 72 hours before you land. And you have to apply for a visa as well, going to a lot of countries coming from America. So I didn't have to take no shots going to Kenya. I didn't have to take no yellow fever shots or none of that. A lot of those things are optional. And they put a lot of those things in place to keep us from going there. If you think about it, like if you ask the average black person, like when I went to Africa, everybody was like, you got to take a shot, you got to take you got to take this and that. So I was like, no, you don't have to take none of those things. You know, but when you get to Africa, you know, you're going to see, you like, darn, I see why the Europeans didn't want us coming over here, because you go from, you know, people think ain't no food over there or ain't no water, you know, blah, blah, blah. But when you go over there, you're going to see how beautiful it is. You're like, oh, snap. You're like, and you're going to feel so free. That's the main thing. You're going to feel so free as a black man or woman. You're going to feel like, it's like you just came out of the Matrix. It's like the perfect word you got in your head about us blacks, or how you would love us to be. But when you go to Africa, it's already there. So when you go, it's going to do something to your spirit. Like it did to mine. I'm going to go back in a few more months myself. And I want to travel all 54 countries. And, but yeah, that's what I want to discuss today. Is that before you go to Africa, you know, you're going to be faced with a reality, you know, but also you're going to see opportunities to go back home and build, because that's my whole goal. All Africans need to go back home, either to visit, to move there. Because if you visit there, you're going to want to move there. Automatically, you want to go back. Especially if you went to your history already. You're going to feel so free. You're going to have three or four times more there than what you can here in America. So, but yeah.